Hey everybody, this is Kevin from Proce Productions, and this is Game 2 between Tommy with Mono Green Elves and Scott with Blue Black Control. Scott was on the play this time and started off with a Dark Slick Shores. Then for Tommy's first turn, he played an Arbor Elf. However, when Tommy passed the turn, Scott used a Disfigure to kill his elf. Scott then started off his next turn with a Preordain, and then after doing his Scry, he put a Creeping Tar Pit into play tapped and passed it back to Tommy. Tommy missed a land drop on his next turn, but he did have a Copperhorn Scout to play. Scott's next turn was simply land go, and then Tommy missed yet another land drop, so just attacked for one and then passed it back. Scott then set down a Drowned Catacombs and resolved to Jace the Mind Sculptor. He then used Jace's second ability to Brainstorm before finishing his turn. Tommy finally picked up his second land drop, but before playing anything new, he started out by hitting Scott's Jace with his Scout for 1 damage. Then post-combat, he resolved a Sylvan Ranger and searched for another forest. Scott then set down a Tectonic Edge and then used Jace to return Tommy's Scout back to his hand. Tommy then resolved a second Sylvan Ranger and searched for another forest. He then passed the turn, at which point Scott used an Into the Royal to return his Jace to his hand and draw an extra card. Scott didn't play anything new on his next turn and simply left his lands untapped. Then Tommy cast a Vengevine, however Scott removed it from the game with a Mindbreak Trap. Tommy then attacked with his other 2 elves for 2 damage. Scott then played his 6th land and passed the turn again. Tommy then cast another Vengevine, which resolved this time, and then he attacked with his team. During combat, however, Scott used a Consume the Meek to kill Tommy's 2 elves and then took 4 damage from the Vengevine. Then post-combat, Tommy played his land for a turn and resolved a Copperhorn Scout. Scott finally decided to replay his Jace the Mind Sculptor and used it to return Tommy's Vengevine back to his hand. Tommy then recast the Vengevine, which Scott countered with a Flash Freeze. However, Tommy then resolved a Fauna Shaman, bringing his Vengevine back into play. Then for his combat, he sent the Vengevine and his Scout at Scott's Jace to kill it. For Scott's next turn, he resolved a Frost Titan and used it to keep Tommy's Shaman tapped down. Tommy then cast an Azuri Renegade Leader. Scott used a Mana Leak on it to cause Tommy to have to tap out. However, the Azuri still resolved, and then Tommy passed the turn without attacking. Scott then drew a Disfigure off the top of his library and immediately used it to kill Tommy's Azuri. He then hit Tommy with his Frost Titan for 6 damage and kept the Shaman tapped down again. For Tommy's next turn, he started out by attacking with his Scout and his Vengevine, causing his Vengevine and his Shaman to untap. Scott decided to animate his Creeping Tar Pit and block the Scout to kill it and took 4 damage from the Vengevine. Post-combat, Tommy played a Moldiah Chandler's. Scott used a Mana Leak to try to counter it. However, Tommy decided to go ahead and tap out to pay the 3 mana for it and allow the Channelers to resolve. Scott attacked with his Frost Titan again, but decided to keep Tommy's Vengevine tapped this time. Tommy decided to go ahead and take the 6 damage, dropping him down to 8 life. Then at the end of Scott's turn, Tommy used his Fauna Shaman to discard a creature and search for a Vengevine. On Tommy's next turn, his Channelers now revealed a creature on the top of his library, making them a 5/5. He started out his turn by casting an Acidic Slime and using it to destroy Scott's Creeping Tar Pit. He then hit Scott for 5 with his Channelers. Then post-combat, he used his Fauna Shaman to discard his Vengevine and search for a Copperhorn Scout. He then played the Copperhorn Scout, which allowed him to bring his Vengevine back into play. Scott took the next card off the top of his library and thought for a minute, and then shook Tommy's hand conceding, making him the winner.